It's Jay. I have decided to start my own YouTube channel. I've been inspired by watching a lot of videos online about home organization and menu planning, recipes. I'm such a foodie. And yeah, I've really been enjoying them. Some of them do some store hauls. Food shopping, whatnot, and I was a little surprised at the traffic being generated to these type of channels, and I'm totally enjoying them. And I have to say, it reminds me of, I remember flipping through the channels on the cable. I don't know if you've ever seen The Real Housewives, and I was attracted to the title, Housewives. I'm a housewife, and kind of got hooked watching them. Shame to say, I guess. Well, I'm not. I enjoy watching them. I admit it. So I really like Real Housewives of Atlanta. What's the other one? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are the two that I watch. Yes, I do DVR them and watch them when I have free time, because as a housewife and a mother, you really don't have that time. And I kind of maybe think of it as this generation's type of soap opera in a way, wrapped up in a reality show. And, I remember growing up and my grandma used to watch me sometimes. She'd be watching her soaps, and, I guess we all enjoy a little bit of drama. I'm not really a drama person, at least I don't think. And so I was hoping, to peek into the lives of people, see how they do things, what they struggle with. And, of course, I find that these women, they're either seem to be very, beautiful and have made millions off of themselves, have become really successful entrepreneurs, or have very successful and very wealthy, families, husbands, whatnot, which is so not the case for me. And I don't think is the case for most of us. So in looking for some videos online, I guess I'm really attracted to the realness, the true, housewife, that isn't wealthy or has like $500 million house. Things are always picture perfect. Prestige has a nanny, and a housekeeper, blah blah blah. So I've enjoyed peeking into the lives a little bit of those people, and that inspires me. How they keep up, how they manage their home. So yeah, I decided I would certainly have something to offer there. I would love to create a community of true housewife moms, without the drama. I mean, we have our own drama, let's be honest. But, it's family drama that we deal with every day. And, being a housewife, it gets lonely. It gets, you feel a little separated. And, I do find that, I meet two different kinds of people in life, and ones that are like, oh, well, you get everything done because you get to stay at home, or, you get to be this type of parent because you get to stay home. And, or I get the other kind of, mom or friend is like, how do you do it all? Like, you do so much. And, I'll put this out there. I work. I'm a housewife, a wife, a mother, but I do work. I work a full-time job from my home, and I have two very extremely part-time jobs. And I still have time out for myself. I enjoy entertaining, so I sing, I perform, and I, take voice lessons. I keep up with that, and I started taking piano and learning how to read and write music, because I need an outlet for me too, I think a lot of us put that at the wayside, and I've done that for a really long time. I have 4 children, 4 boys, and my husband, I'm so grateful, is such a hard worker, and really works and provides for us. So I don't feel like in any way need to be pitied, or, people have this perception that, oh, you're so lucky you get to stay here. I work for it, it kind of like irritates me that people think I get away with something, or, I get to stay here. I don't know, I can't tell you how many times I hear that. But I do, and I'm fortunate, and I love it, but it's a choice. I think a lot of people don't understand that. It is 100% a choice. I've done both sides of the coin. I worked out in the corporate world for many years. My first child, I worked, and then I had my child, and I went back to work and found that I liked being in an office environment, and worked my way up through a couple different companies in an office environment, and I loved working with people and meeting people and talking to people. It didn't bother me to put him in childcare, and I'm still going to school, going to college. But then, when my husband and I married, and, I was a single mom at that time, so I was very busy. When we married and we bought our home and we had our second child, that's when it hit me. I didn't want to go back to work. As much as I loved my work outside the home, I was really missing my baby. So I don't know what the difference is there. I don't know, maybe I was older, more mature, what have you. I mean, I wasn't super young when I had my first kid. I was 25. I guess. I don't think that's super young. But yeah, and then we had our third child, and that became even more hard. And when I had my second child, 9/11 had hit. I'm one of them breastfeeding moms. I remember being in the little private lounge they had set up for me. They were so good to me at this company. So I was pumping, and I heard all this ruckus going on outside in the office, and that's when 9/11 hit. And I guess that maybe was even more disturbing, being at my job, and he's at daycare, and the other one's at school, and what was I going to do? Like, our office wouldn't let us go home, they wouldn't let us leave. This was just terrible. It was so terrifying, and, I didn't know what was going to happen. You just start to hear the things on the news and things that come around, and so we were so unaware, unprepared for it. So by the time the second one came out, it was even more of a struggle. And I have to say, I got laid off from that job, and I couldn't have been happier. I was, decided to take that opportunity. Nobody wants to lose a job. They don't want to lose the income that you've been comfortable with. But I was more happy than sad. Here I was going to have, a little unemployment money, and decided to put that into something I could do from home and be home with my children. And so that's what I did. I grew up in my family. My mom had a family childcare, and I decided that might be a fit for me, and so I went for it, and I've never looked back. And it's been 15 wonderful years. I have to say that I'm doing a job that I love, and it doesn't feel like work. I'm not saying it's not hard. It is hard. It's but so rewarding. I'm now coming around to my next generation of parents, some of which have children my oldest kid's age, and they're having babies again, and it's fun. And I feel honored to be there for them. Yeah, so that's been working for me. And, here and there I help my husband. He has his own business, and help him answer his phones. And I do some work, very part-time, probably 3 hours a week, for a wellness company. So yeah, I have different avenues of income where I get to stay home, but I work for it. I don't know what stay-at-home mom doesn't work for it. I mean, if you're not working any type of job, then you're sacrificing frugal things, if that makes sense. Like, you'll make it work. I mean, if that's what you want to do, and that's your desire, you can absolutely make it work. I mean, come on. At that point, I was having my third child. I wasn't affording daycare myself at that point. You know, I would be getting up, spending an hour and a half getting myself ready, getting my kids ready, getting everybody fed, get them out the door, and then another, 40-minute drive to work. And like, when I added up all that time versus money and the stress, hands down was no argument. I don't miss it. And I saved a lot of money. I saved a lot of money not having to drive so far with my car, so my insurance went down, and I save on gas money. I don't necessarily need a cell phone because I'm home, and I don't have to spend the money on daycare, on lunches for the kids, on lunch for myself, eating out, breakfast, coffee on the run because I never get to eat breakfast. So I really sat down, thought about that, added it all up, and it was pretty much, I would be spending my time and money getting up, going to work, to pay somebody else, to pay, to do that, to end up with pretty much nothing. So it just wasn't worth the stress. So yeah, we're housewives, and it's okay, and I love it. So anyway, I decided to create this channel. I would love to hear from other true, normal, middle of the road housewives, and create this little community and talk about, our loves, our struggles, uplift and support each other, inspire each other, along those lines. So I'd love to hear from you. What are your struggles, and what do you love? And maybe we could kick this off by, what have you given up to make this choice? Because I do believe it is a choice, and it's very rewarding in the long run. So yeah, love to hear from you guys, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this is a wonderful, loving, and inspiring community for us all. Thank you.